If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to like and subscribe.
You're watching Hedge Nights at the Round Table, an interview with Felipe Galeno, lead game developer at CMON's A Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game.
The early days.
Yeah, I always played games, a lot of games. I started with my sister, actually. She's older than me, and she always wanted to play things with me. So we played a lot of Monopoly, Game of Life. Let's see, War. It's the classic one.
Discovering wargaming.
Oh, it was around 2014, I guess. Kind of so-so. I already played a lot of board games, right? I was playing a lot of board games with miniatures, right? Like Zombicide, for example. And I just thought, like, I really like it, those miniatures. And a friend of mine saw the Infinity. Actually, we already knew the 40K game, the Middle Earth strategy battle game as well, but I never played any of those. So it was really expensive for me at that time to bought it. And then he asked me if I wanted to try a different game. It's called Infinity, the game. And I said, sure. It's really beautiful. I like the miniatures. I like the sci-fi aspect of it. And then I tested. And it was a instant love. uh, I played on a club here, a miniature game club here. It's called CPW here in São Paulo. And I bought like 3 or 4 boxes after that, and never stopped to play.
Working with CMON.
Well, before the pandemic, I was playtesting Sif already, Song of Ice and Fire, right? And when COVID hits, I got an invite to keep playtesting, but not only Sif, playtesting another project, and like the Ink project, the board game, I tested it. I got even more playtests, more projects, and after the pandemic, 2023, I get offered a position as a dev for CMON.
Current role with CMON.
I'm the lead dev, right? That means that I get to coordinate everything around the process of balance and, let's see, yeah, pretty much the balance, right? I keep talking with the designers all the time because I need to know what they want for the balance of the game, for the balance of the new unit, of a new ability. So normally they make the road, and my job is to keep everything on track.
The process behind a new season's updates.
First of all, we always gather a lot of data. Like we search on the internet, on blogs, on Facebook, Instagram, everything that you think about that have content about Sif, we take a look. Discord, we are always looking there. We play a lot of games by ourselves with our playtesters and with the design team and the dev team. We gather all the data that we can see, and hey, yeah, that's it. we gather all that data and we compile it. We make a list and see, oh, okay, this thing is not working, this is working. Do we want to keep this ability in the same way? Do we want to change it? How can we change it? We talk a lot, like we get a lot of the ideas, different ideas, and of course a lot of those ideas are not the best, but sometimes even a bad idea can lead us to the right track. We test everything, even if we say, oh, okay, that may not be the way to do it, but let's test it, let's see. After that, we gather and talk about it and see if that's right. If not, let's try a different way, let's try a new thing. And yeah, that's the process.
Lance cavalry change.
We don't want to get any of the unit in a bad place, and like we know that we bought this game, we buy these units, we paint those, and we want to use that. So we always try to make things playable. It's really hard because the game is so big, so that makes something like a little change can do a lot of things. We try to change everything the less amount that is possible, so we can see what really is changing the game, what is doing to what is making a unit becoming a problem or not. So with the cavalry, for example, we want people to use, of course, the 8-point units. They need to be strong, but we don't want people abusing it. Yeah. We always try to not to push, to incentivize people to make at least really not variable.
Varied, like
Yes,
diversified.
yeah, diverse. Yeah, thank you. So with the cavalry, we want them to be like a tank, right? They need to be resilient, but the damage output was a little bit on over the top that we want, and so that's why we just push a little bit and let's see what the community use that, how the community uses that.
Riders of High
We
Garden.
always aim for a zero mistakes update, right? Because that's our job. We want that. That's the minimum amount that we want. But even after reviewing 2, 3, 4 times the same file, we always find things, right? And that thing slips through, right? After an update, we keep an eye on everything on the community, because we know that the community is really quick to catch those mistakes, right? It's a lot of people looking through that, and much more than our thing, right? Much more people looking at than our thing. But after that, after the first week, kinda, we gather all the mistakes that slipped through the review process, and we do the a fix, right? That's the case with the riders. It was a mistake that slipped through. We're gonna fix it.
Doran Martell.
No, it's like always when we make ability that you can use multiple times the same choice, we always put in the brackets, right? You can use more than once, and that's the case with Doran, because the rule is that you choose +1. You do not choose the same, right? You
Right.
already have chosen the you already had choose that option, so you cannot
Okay, so it's one
use
wound.
it again.
The skin changer's bare.
Yeah, actually, one of our playtesters got that, and he was really happy with that. Oh, I saw something that I want to show you. Let me play, and we played. Uh, it's really the similar effect that the people are using with the what they call is Strike Force, right? Bear Strike Force, the name. I love it. We test it, and like it's a really big setup. Like it's a really easy to spot on, and like our playtesters did not had any problem to deal with that. It's it's similar with Outflank, but you have a lot of things to prepare for it. So we saw it, we think, oh yeah, it's funny, it's cool, like it's it's a funny way to play, but we did not have any problems like to deal with it. So it's not for us. After we talk about it, it was not enough to change a lot, but every time that we do those things, we can be wrong, right? We are not gods. So if that become a problem, we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna nerf, we're gonna change, we're gonna do something about it, definitely. Not not right now, just to be sure, if they're gonna be a problem. But oh, I I really thought that the community gonna take a little time to catch that, but you guys were so fast. It's in the first or second day they already saw that. I'm gonna give you my congratulations.
More free attachments.
That's a design space that already existed before the Neutral 03, right? And we think it's pretty nice. Like if the theme matches, it's good. So yeah, it's possible to have more in the future. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you play with that?
I love it. I use Jokin and Widower all the time now in many factions. Um, I had tried Rorge, but I could never make Biter work at 3 points. It was too hard. Um, so I personally love it, and I would personally love to see more. I think uh, because of how many characters there are in the books, like you could even off the top of my head, uh, Podrick Payne with Brienne. There's another cool combo. There's a lot of those out there, I think, in this story. So yeah, I personally love it. I know the reaction so far to that has been really positive in my group. A lot of people are like, "Oh, sweet, I'm gonna get to try Biter and do like some gang up lists now." My one friend, he's a Greyjoy player, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do some gang up stuff with the Greyjoys and Biter now." And
Yeah, it's possible. Like if the team matches, I think it's something that adds to the game.
Favorite books character not in the game.
Yeah, that's hard because
can I tell you mine?
yeah, sure.
I would love to see John Connington and
Mhm.
some more of the Golden Company characters.
Yeah, yeah. That's a really good answer. Yeah, they are really good. They are nice. I love the arc. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that as well.
Is there, I know you probably can't answer this, but is there any chance we would maybe see some Golden Company stuff coming? Maybe?
Nah, I cannot talk about that.
Changes to terrain.
Well, during playtests, we always try new things, different things, change. We always try to change things, but we we only add things that it's good for the game. Like if we try something that we do not like it or do not contribute with for the game in a way that we want, we do not add that to the game. But we also highly recommend players to be creative with terrain and mix and match the keywords to create their own. Uh, we, yeah, we maybe in the future we can change a little bit more with the terrain, but during that, we always think that it's really good to see the players try new things as well.
The Brotherhood without banners.
It's a mini faction, and to be honest, I'm really, really excited to hit the shelves because I really like the history around the Brotherhood. I really like the Dondarian and Caitlyn coming back on like a mini zombie, right? That's only the fluff of it. I'm not saying anything about the abilities. I can only say that we aim for a really, really super thematic faction, and that's what we want people to experience when they're playing with it. So if you know what they do in the books, you can see what they're gonna do in the game. It's a mini faction. It's gonna be probably similar with the Boltons.
Are they going to be able to use the mercenaries, the neutral forces within the faction?
No, I'm gonna leave that for you to discover.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Samuel, what do you expect from them? What are your opinions?
I would think yes, because well, I know originally with the Boltons they weren't, and it was kind of hindering to their play experience. So I'm assuming you will allow it because I also think it's thematic that they are kind of a mismatch anyways of forces and of random people from different factions and forces. So to me it seems like it would make sense that they'd be usable.
Oh, you can send me a message after the release and see if you were right or not.
A Song of Ice and Fire. Tactics.
Yes, I am the lead dev, sorry. I'm the lead dev for that as well. But I think both games are really distinguished one from the other. I see Tactics as a better way to play the small events with the major repercussions that we read in the books, like when Caitlyn sees Tyrion on the Riverlands, while the TMG, it's a better way to fight those big battles that you can feel as a commander, moving your troops around, dealing orders. But at the same time, we're gonna see a lot of characters from both sides going to the other game, right? From the Tactics going to the TMG, and the TMG going to Tactics. Yeah, I cannot tell which ones or how many, but yeah, they're gonna have some cross compatibility.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, I really hope that the community like the new Tactics game, and I'm pretty sure that if the game gets well received and gets the love that we want to receive, we really want that game to be a favorite of yours with the TMG. And if the game gets big enough, probably we're gonna see a lot of more stuff.
Again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, Felipe. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thanks again for the invite.
In the next episode of Hedge Knights at the Round Table, Mr. Galeno is back with some exclusive Brotherhood without banners content.
If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to like and subscribe. May the old gods and the new smile on you. Good gaming.